everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. This is day 3 of UI UX Design Week. My name is Melody. I'm your host, and I'm here with Irisi Tole.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming back the third day.
Yeah, are you excited for your third day?
I am so excited.
Yeah, it went by so fast.
It did. I was thinking it would be slower, but the time flies by.
Yeah, it does. Hello to everyone in the chat. Thank you all for joining us. Tim, Kashish, Huxel, Wahab, Kada. It's so nice to see you all in the chat. We have a great few streams lined up for today, so let's take a quick look at our schedule. So at 9:30 we have UX design with Irisi, and then at 11:30 we are going to be having another Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge with Jesus Ramirez, and then at 12 we have graphic design with Christine Arth and Paul Trainee. So be sure to stick around for all those streams. It's going to be awesome. And everyone in the chat, we are doing another Chat and Win giveaway in about 30 minutes. So the prize is still 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule, which is a really awesome prize. And all you have to do to be entered to win is just be active in the chat, ask us questions, say hi, let us know where you're watching from, and you'll be entered to win. And then something exciting, we are doing portfolio reviews today,
Yay,
which
I'm
is my favorite.
see.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So if you have some UI UX design projects on your Behance portfolio, be sure to submit that in the portfolio review tab on behance.net/live, and we will choose 2 and look at them towards the end of our stream, and I'm excited.
Yes, I would love to see some portfolios.
Yeah, I know. So I hope you all submit. And also the past 2 days we did have an XD challenge where you all had to design and prototype something using Auto Animate, and the winner is going to be getting a 1-year Creative Cloud subscription.
That's such a good prize.
Yeah, an amazing prize.
Yeah.
And we actually have the winner selected, and I want to show you guys who won. So congratulations to Harish Kumar.
Congrats.
Yay!
Nice job.
This was amazing and awesome, and let's look at it a couple times because it's short, but it's also really cool.
It's really good.
Yeah, so he did this awesome like card animation with the trash can. Really great use of Auto Animate and super creative.
Yes, and I love the little X when you need to empty the trash can, all that. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So great job. This is amazing. Thank you for submitting. Thank you to everyone for submitting. All your submissions were really great. But this one was our favorite. So yay, congrats to Harish.
Enjoy your 1 year.
Yeah, such a great prize.
Oh, someone says, I love the sticker on Irisi's back.
Oh, yay!
Which one?
Yeah, you have the whale one. Yeah, that one's really cute.
Oh, I love the water, so I was like, why not?
Yay! Nice. Okay, so we can turn it over to Irisi if you want to.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
We're in day 3.
Yay.
And I'm now more aware of where things fall in our heads. So, so today we're going to be focusing on wireframing, very high fidelity, prototyping as well. We're going to add some more content to the screens, including those cards, birthday cards. We are going to do like... this is going to be not realistic, but the points where we're going to connect with the developers and start collaborating with the team. And the share of the project, where this is usually when you'll connect with your product owners for feedback, and she gives you like whatever she needs change from a business perspective. Before, usually in an agile environment methodology, if you are working in UI UX, you need to connect with the developers before you start the ideation phase, so you can kind of make sure that you are designing something that is realistic and it's going to make sense for the purpose. So after that, you work with a project manager and then product owner or manager, whatever is in your organization, and then move on with posting your files for developers to take and start developing. So for the share project, you guys are going to play the role of the project managers for us today. So we're going to share a link in the chat later on after we have the prototype a little more ready. So you guys can make comments and let us know what we need to change up.
Nice.
Cool. So let's just get started. From yesterday, we are not where we left off. Yesterday, we worked on the first four screens. So I knew we don't have enough time to go through all the other screens. So I kind of did some work ahead on these particular screens, meaning the grid, where you go from the list view of the birthdays to the grid view, and then the cards, the create, and the account. So for you that haven't been around for the first and second day, we are designing an app that is about birthdays. So you are tracking birthdays through Facebook for this MVP solution. And later on, maybe you can connect other social media accounts or wherever you host your, wherever you mark your birthdays. So you can have access to them through this application and send birthday cards and even gifts from this app. So that's gonna be it.
Yeah. Colby's asking, is it still called Happy Birthday? And yes,
Yes, it is still
Thanks
Happy
again
Birthday.
for that name.
That's the best name.
Yeah.
We need to trademark that. Yes. So let's just get started. As we were saying, for the first screen, I wanted to add some fun elements just to give this application a little more character. So for that, we are gonna go to Adobe Stock Photos, try to find something neat, maybe donuts.
Ooh, that sounds good.
A lot of people bring donuts in the office for their birthdays, so
Yeah.
why not? Maybe we can do donuts. Let's see, illustration. Okay. Oh, I love this one. That's so nice. And it goes with our colors.
Yeah, the colors are really nice.
Yes. Let's see what else. I like the dimensional in this one. Which one do you like best? Which one should we pick?
Oh, I like this one.
Okay, let's go with this one. Someone ate a donut.
Me too.
Let's make sure that this is gonna be provided in, okay, save license, file type. That's what we need. We need it to be in Illustrator, so double checking. Sometimes you get JPEGs or PNGs from there and you're like, that's not what I needed.
Yeah.
So make sure to double check what you're downloading before you commit to buying it.
I'm blocking this.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The file type.
Oh, the
There we
file
go.
type?
Yeah.
Okay, so the file type is right here.
Yeah.
So when you're downloading something from Adobe Stock, make sure that it's in the format you need to be in. Yeah, because sometimes it's unfortunate when you buy it and it's something else.
True. It's always smart to double check.
Yes. Okay, so now we're grabbing this.
These look so good.
These
I
do
like
look
the
so
green
good.
one with the hearts.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Whoever made them did an amazing
Yeah.
job. So we're just gonna place them around a little smaller. This anymore? So we're just populating the screen with these donuts. Maybe if we want to do more, we can get cupcakes in the future. A little more confetti to make it more celebration. I don't know why I keep going to that screen.
It's so cool that you can copy and paste from Illustrator straight to XD too.
That's the best feature.
Yeah.
They talk to each other so well.
Yeah.
It's like it doesn't make me work more. Illustrator. Okay, so I have my prototype here and I can see it happening.
Oh,
on
is
my
it?
phone.
Oh, I see it too.
Yeah, you see, I was like,
Oh
what is
my God.
moving here?
And you're gonna show on your phone a little later. on,
Yes,
right? Okay.
we're working on my phone a little later today. Maybe this needs to be a little smaller guy. And someone yesterday gave us this tagline, forgetting others'
yeah.
most important days. So it wasn't us. We
Yes,
shouldn't take
thank you
credit
for the
that.
tagline.
And we'll grab one more. That's gonna be it.
And Colby's saying it would be cool if you auto-animated the donuts somehow. Oh, that would be cool. Maybe you could do like
cool.
spinning or something.
Spinning donuts.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Let's see if we can get to that. Okay, so I think this is good for now. We have some donuts. I'm really liking the illustration part of this that has this item. Let's see if I can grab only that. Yes. What about only... Let's see, maybe I can do this better in Illustrator. I'm thinking to add that in the top.
Oh yeah, that would be cute.
Yeah, so let's see if we can grab that part. Oh, it's one object. Well, we can delete it. Yeah, I don't know how they created this one. It has too many layers.
Maybe on XD you can take out the circle outline.
Let's see, with a pen tool.
Yeah.
Okay, let's commit to that. But I want also the sprinkles. Let's see what we got in here. Oh no, I want a different object. Okay, so let's do the pen tool. This has too many, too much detail. I don't think we're gonna do very great, but
yeah, you could do a quick like squiggly lines by making a rectangle and then using the pen tool and then like dragging it to make curves.
Curves? You know, why did I just don't mask this guy? Mask it in a square. Just get rid of the bottom part.
Yeah.
That's all I don't need. So, okay. Let's get that object. Mask with shape. Maybe I'll... It's not too bad, but it's not quite there. I don't like it. You know what? Maybe we shouldn't go for this. Well, the idea was the idea was to just grab. Maybe I can grab it from here. This seems like much cleaner.
Yeah, less stuff going on
Yeah.
that one.
Okay, this is much better. Maybe we can make that here happen. Okay, now we need to mask it. That was a very complicated donut. Okay. We'll send this to back. And we ended up with... I need to send it one step back. Oh, let's get this, guys. Okay, I think that's good enough. There. It has a little more shapes. Maybe we'll put the donut in the back. Here.
Nice. Anthony had a donut for breakfast.
Nice. I cannot say the same.
I wish I had a donut for breakfast.
I wish. Which is your favorite kind of donut?
Ooh, I like glazed donuts and also chocolate sprinkle.
I like
what about
chocolate
you?
sprinkle. I like any donut, really.
Let us chat. Let us know your favorite donuts. I'm curious. I also like there's ones where it's like cinnamon sugar crumbles on the donut, and those are really good.
Those are really good. So earlier today I downloaded, did I download it? I think I did. Maybe it's on my, it should be on my library.
Oh, these are nice.
Yeah, these are nice birthday cards. Maybe we should pick one since we need one. Which one do you like? This one?
I like this one. Not like just from the first few options.
Yeah. And it's in...
It seems cute, and it like goes with your design, I think.
Yes, I think so. So let's get this one. Unlimited budget.
Kashish is asking the font you're using, and thank you, Lucy, for mentioning it. It's Cubano, right?
Yes, and I actually shared the link. I don't know if this is allowed or not, but this is, I love this website. It's Lost Type, and they have some awesome fonts.
I like that prospectus one.
Yes,
looks nice.
They have really good stuff. Like, they have really good designers working on this. And Cubano is located, let me show you. And I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly or not. That's what I call it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
This is
nice.
So it's really fun. I love it for food posters and for anything food related. I don't know why. I think
it reminds me of food.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. So you guys can get it from there.
Cool. Daniel likes pinky donuts. Tim says, I don't care, just give me a donut. There's cinnamon ones. Nice.
Yeah, give me any donut too. Phones at adobe.com. Yes.
Oh yeah, Adobe has great fonts as well. And you can sync them like instantly to your apps, which is really nice. So if you're on like fonts.adobe.com and you see something you like, you can activate it. And now it's unlimited, but in the past there used to be a limit with how many fonts you could download.
I see.
And that was tough, but now you can have all of them.
That's a great deal. So for this particular project, for example, we have Happy Birthday. I don't know why this is loading for so long, but in Adobe Stock, you can create through the libraries you have. You can download the items, the assets for that particular library. So if you're working with a client and they are paying for that imagery, you can be very organized and have all the files there, and you can share them with them and make sure they have access to what they need if you put it in the library. So let's get this guy. We're gonna have to modify this just a little bit because in the preview here we do have this kind of squarish space. So we want to make sure that it makes sense for that particular screen. So I'll just take the shape that we currently need and maybe just get the candles for this one. So I'll just need to get that stuff. I don't know why my computer is so slow today. Sorry guys, it's going like in very slow mode. And I see what they are doing here. See, they have hidden the candles with an extra layer.
Funny.
That is funny. And then maybe we'll just get the celebrate for now. And we'll make a card with that.
Zubair is asking, where are you guys getting illustrations from? And you illustrated the cake right here.
Oh, the first cake, yes. But everything else we are getting from Adobe Stock. So they have everything. So yeah, this is the only part that I have done. All the other stuff is we're getting from Adobe Stock.
Kita has a question for you. How long do you stay in contact with a client after a project is over? What is your limit?
It depends from the contract and it depends for what I'm working on. Usually UI UX projects are continuous until like something happens with their budget and they have to drop you or whatever. So it's very important for UI UX designers to be always iterating. We are designing the first screens and probably in a real environment we'd have to do some usability testing and see how the screens work. For example, we'd have to go through this screen, talk to the users and see how they interact with the screens, and then you'd go back to the client. Because for a client, a project can be done right away, but you need to make sure that this process is not once and done. UI UX is about iterating, making a better experience, and providing, having a feedback loop always open. So as you are building new features and you are introducing new assets and new icons or anything you're changing up, definitely there needs to be a feedback loop, and the client needs to understand that this is an iterative process. So I would say have the best relationship with clients that you feel like you love working for, and try to, I don't know, try to work with them as long as possible, I guess.
I think that's really important, just to keep your relationships.
Yeah. I haven't used Illustrator in so long. In my day-to-day process, I don't use it anymore. Not too much has changed, but I feel like I kind of forget sometimes where things are.
I know, if you don't use something for a while, you kind of forget like the main things that used to be like, you used to do like innately, like automatically and stuff.
With the shortcuts and everything, and now it's like, nope. Okay, so now we have the preview of this card.
Nice.
Yes, maybe we can change the border to something else.
Iordanis is asking what the hex code is for the greenish color.
For this one?
I think that's what they're talking about.
Okay, so this one is 98EDDC. Do you like it or do you hate it? Because we did a lot of steps for accessibility yesterday for this color. If you guys missed it, we were talking about how the contrast should be high enough for you to be able to see the button.
Yeah, so everyone can see it regardless of their like visibility, like how they see. If they have vision issues, like they can read it clearly. So
yes, maybe let's just do a test and see how we're doing right now. Window, a plugin, Stark.
Oh yeah, the Stark plugin is awesome for accessibility.
So I don't know if I can make this bigger. No? Okay, let's just see how it looks. I think the two last ones are the most important ones to make sure. So particularly in this screen, what I see is you are able to see that this button has more contrast. So we want the users, as we were talking yesterday about active state buttons, that we need the user to tap on that one. And this is like a secondary button, which we don't necessarily want them to take them action, but should be accessible. So that is the other button there. So as long as they are legible, have the contrast, even though they are in this grayscale, I'm good with that. Everything looks pretty good to me, so this seems like an accessible screen. Who cares about visibility? Everyone cares. We want to make things accessible for everyone. So, okay, so we have the birthday screen, and that's the birthday card. If the user doesn't want to send this particular card that we have picked for them, they can go to see more, and they would land in this particular screen. They would land here, and we need to put more content into here. So maybe let's just start some prototyping in the meantime so we can get the screens ready. So we're here. If we do continue, we are here, and if we're gonna do cancel, we need to go back. And I'm not gonna do too many things with transitions or anything like that. I'm gonna keep it simple for now, and we have a lot of things to go through. So as long as we have the prototypes and your guys are gonna be accessible to comment and see, we're gonna be good. And then we are continuing as me, and this is gonna be my screen. And if you do cancel, you don't go back to this particular screen because that's an alert screen.
Yeah.
You'll have to go back to the
home screen.
Yes, the home screen. So now if you tap in the list view and you want to do a grid, you go here. Wait, I don't think I tapped that. Hey, little guy. Wait, how do I do that? Yeah, okay, it goes to this screen, and if I tap here, it'll go back to this screen. So, yes, and if we are in home, we are here. If we tap in, oh, I think this is the full object. Wait. Okay, no, I have it fine. So if someone taps in cards, it needs to go in this screen. If someone taps in create, is to go to the create screen, and account.
We have a lot of people just joining us. Hi Jenny, hi Eddie, Omar. Prakash, Meiti. We are going to be having a chat and win countdown in about 3 minutes.
Yes,
So
those stickers.
yeah, going to win 100 free stickers. So if you haven't typed anything in the chat, say hello and you can have a chance to win.
Nice. So we did a little prototyping in this particular screen and the navigation, but we haven't done too much. So when we populate the other parts, these two, then I'll continue to do more prototyping. But for now, let's just see what we have. So we are in the main screen. We're gonna do Facebook, do the alert, okay. Continue as me. I need to make this a fixed. I need to fix the header and the home, and then the home navigation. And that's it, what we have for now. But good. So let's move to designing back. And then the main principles, I wanted to touch base and say a few things about design patterns. I have a few tips for you guys here. So from yesterday to here, what kind of principles I used to kind of come to this design. I know you only saw till home yesterday, and then these other ones were what I worked last night. So for design patterns, make sure that as you are working through an application, you are designing with creating a few patterns that are going to be very familiar to the users once they start using your app for a while. So groupings, the human eye usually does a good job about grouping things together, if they are by color, if they are by shape, or if they have like a similar feel and look, shadows and things like that. So having the consistency of color, shapes, and groups, creating these groupings helps the user kind of remember things better and easily, because if you introduce different patterns every time, then they're gonna have a hard time remembering where things are and locating things around. So some of the popular design patterns right now in UI UX are the cards, the card systems. I don't know if you have seen, but the App Store does it. Most of the applications nowadays have those.
Like the rectangles, and you can like swipe through.
Yes, or particularly
like drag, I guess.
Yeah,
like this.
Yes. Yes, like particularly having everything fit in a space that feels like a card that is elevated, that is like the trend right now. So this is like a component because it has a lot of things. It makes its own component. This plays like the role of a card, and this other card here. So for example, May birthdays, June birthdays, find a card. All have a similar pattern and a similar look and feel. So they all have the small card in the back. They have a title. So the user understands that this is more like an indication of where they are and what they need to do. So keeping that pattern repeated through all the screens will help the user understand what the app is trying to say. So finding a balance, it's very important for you to have the information scattered out within the app, not making everything top heavy or bottom heavy. You need to understand some of the principles of symmetry. Symmetry is very important. So can you imagine having, for example, this pattern right here, we have a grid, and not having this last tile. For some reason it's not symmetric, doesn't look very great, and you are like, oh, something is missing, right? So the human eye is very pleased when they see symmetry. So that is one of the things. And consistency, buttons, colors, design patterns, consistent. They need to be consistent throughout the app. So if you see through the application, I'm using, this is the main action button with a green color. And this is the main thing that I want users to do every time. I want them to tap on the green button instead of the gray. So that is the main action, and I carry that throughout the application. So that is the send, this is continue as me, this is a sign up. We haven't defined these screens too much yet, but keeping that through the application is very important.
It's actually win time.
Oh my God.
Yay!
This time.
Yay. So everyone in the chat, if you haven't said hi yet, now is your chance. You can have a chance to win 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm very curious to see. We have a huge global audience, so please let us know where you're watching from and you'll have a chance to win, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Yay. We have someone from Mexico. Awesome. Watching from work. That's funny.
I hope you have two screens.
Yeah.
One monitor here
One
with
for
us.
work and
one with working.
From Morocco,
Chicago.
Western Germany, Brazil.
There's the Mars person again.
Venus. From Iowa, the city, downtown, the moon. Wow, we have people from everywhere. Oh, we have a winner. Meiti Buyaben. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Congratulations. You're going to be getting 100 free custom stickers from Sticker Mule. And yes, thank you everyone in the chat for participating. If you did not win, you can still get 10 stickers for $1 from Sticker Mule if you head over to this link, stickermule.com/AdobeLive19. So 10 stickers for only $1. It's a great deal.
That is a deal.
So yay! Congrats, Maisie.
Nice.
Yay. Everyone's mentioning a bunch of planets.
Yes.
And the moon. LA, Odyssey.
India.
Cool. Nice.
Okay. So now, I don't know how long I was talking before the sticker.
Oh, that's okay. No worries.
I do a bad job about keeping track of what the screen says. I'm
You were
here
on a roll.
in the screen. Okay, so we are in the May birthdays and in the June birthday section. I haven't placed any June birthdays, so we can maybe just come up with a fill color of red. And we are using white and then bold. Let's say we only have one birthday in June. That's it. So now for here, now we are in the card screen and we are gonna be populating this screen. So basically the user will be able to categorize what cards they want to see in this particular screen. If they want to do family, friends, or loved ones, they can like scroll through the cards or find the cards here. Or maybe we can even do a search. I'm thinking about that now.
Oh.
Yes, maybe we need a search.
Yeah, I think that would be good because if they don't see their category right away and they don't want to have to go through all of them, they can just type in
search
whatever
they need. Yeah. And for the title here, I kept everything left in the left aligned.
Yeah.
Yes, it wasn't coming. And then on the right, we can have icons, and you can add more features in the future. So maybe we can do search on the other screen as well. Because probably, oh no, we don't need search here because they're not searching, they're just creating their own card. So let's say we are in the family. I think, yes, I downloaded this illustration because I felt like there were some families.
Oh yeah.
See how cute that is?
Oh my god, and they have like a stroller and a puppy. Yes. That's so cute.
And I thought we can change the colors a little bit to fit ours.
Oh my god.
So let's pick a family for family. This one, or this one.
I like this one.
This
the
one?
Puppy. Well,
that
one. I don't know.
This one?
Yeah, I like that one and the puppy one.
Where's the puppy one? I'm not seeing
this one. Oh, that's a baby. I'm just kidding. I thought it was a puppy.
It's like, where am I not seeing the puppy? You like puppies too much, lady.
Yeah.
So I'll just grab this squares shape. Or while I'm at it, probably I should modify the square to make, okay, I'll need to ungroup this. So I want to get this square to be the squares that are from the categories for consistency purposes and keeping the UI similar. So I'll get that. I think we're doing, yes.
Alejandra's asking, do you use an app to stay organized?
meaning like I don't know what kind of app. I mean,
I guess like on your projects, like
On
how do you
projects?
stay organized on your projects?
I work in corporate, so I'm not a freelancer. So a lot of projects are organized by we use Microsoft VSTS, which is like similar to Jira. I think people know Jira more. So it's like software where you have cards that are assigned to you.
Oh, okay.
And then when you are working on them, you pull them in to the sprint. We work on sprints in 2-week chunks. And in the 2 weeks, you have certain cards organized for you. So, yeah.
Cool.
Oh, is this illustration free that I'm picking right now? I don't think this was free. I got it from Adobe stock. It was 1 credit. So, I'll just remove these guys. And how about we do a repeat grid?
Oh yeah. Yes.
You
Love
guys love
repeat
that.
grid. Hello, Midyasin. They're watching from Morocco and they're asking what is the project for today that you are creating? Maybe you can just give like a quick overview if anyone's just tuning in.
Okay, so today we're working on a birthday app that is basically tracking birthdays for your loved one. I mean, of your loved ones. Birthdays for family, friends, whoever you have connected through social media. Here's the overview. You connect through Facebook, and it takes all the birthdays from your Facebook account and populates the calendar here. And from here, you can send birthday cards and gifts from this app to the people in your life who have birthdays for the day or in the next month or so. So we have this section done. Now we need to ungroup the grid and take this guy in our Illustrator file and try to see how this looks. This is the family. That looks pretty good. Maybe we just need to change the contrast a little bit. So we have family, friends. We need friends. There are some friends there.
Oh yeah.
This is with the puppy.
Okay, yay. There's no cats. They should have some cat ones too.
Yeah. I love cats.
Yay, me too.
I think for friends, that's it.
Yeah.
Or maybe, they're not
No,
friends.
they're holding hands.
Okay, these are friends. I want to keep kind of the same size, so maybe I'll cut out one of them. Just because I want them to be balanced. Usually in apps it looks pretty bad if the icons or the illustrations don't have the same weight. So.
Royal is saying, I'm in class and this is part of my lesson. Say hi to my class.
Oh, really?
Hi, class.
What are you learning today?
Yeah.
This?
That's cool. Thanks for watching.
Yes. Do you guys have any questions?
Yes, let us know.
Yes. We're here to answer. Okay.
Oh, that looks good. You can't even tell that the other friend was there.
We removed her.
Yeah.
So now we need love.
I think the holding hands one.
The
or
holding
maybe
hands?
is there another one?
I don't know. Let's see. They are love. Who else? I mean, oh, look at those dogs.
Aww.
I wish we were doing a puppy app
Yeah.
now.
Oh, this is another love.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's good. We have some friends. But I like that we got the ones in the bench, so it's a little different.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we are doing love. Do you think XD is gonna catch up on the layers of this? Can I change the colors in XD?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. if you listen very closely, you can hear a cat meowing.
Is that the song, like the background song? I wish I could hear it.
I cannot
There was a
hear
cat
it.
meowing. Ooh, Royal has a digital media class. This is my shop for the next 2 years. That's awesome. I have a degree in digital media, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I think these colors go pretty well with the app,
Yeah,
so
I
maybe
think so.
we don't.
Maybe this one, like that.
Shirts.
Yeah, that yellow shirt. You can maybe change it to green or purple.
Purple?
Yeah, that looks good.
Okay. Where are you? I pasted it somewhere. Oh, maybe I didn't copy it then. Let's see.
Tim says it's the cat song and it's a running gag since day one of Adobe Live. That's funny. I need to hear it.
Huh. Okay, so see here at this point, I like how we have the illustrations that I can tap through. Right now we need an indicator to show to the user that we are in the family section, because we are landing in the screen and automatically the first selection is gonna be family. Or we could have created another tile that said all, and it was all, but for now we're gonna fall into the family by default. So maybe we can add a border. Oh no, it added a border to the people as well.
Oh.
We just want the border to the
Just on the
shape.
screen.
Maybe we
Hi,
can...
Kristen. Kristen is also watching from class. That's awesome.
I wish I could have done these fun things during class when I was in school. Okay. So.
Oh, Bakhtiar says family and friends are in the wrong illustration.
Oh.
Wrong box. Thank you for pointing that out.
Oh my god, that's a great catch. Ah, that is super good catch. You guys are paying attention. Good.
Yes.
I didn't do that on purpose though.
I didn't notice at all.
Okay, so we have a 3-point stroke alongside that. Now I feel like it's getting a little busy with this illustration on the top, so I want to maybe move it a little, or just move this other stuff.
What if you just had the confetti? But then I guess on your other screen you have confetti.
Confetti, yeah. Maybe I can remove some of confetti. Maybe it's too much confetti at this point. It looks like the confetti and the illustrations are fighting for attention.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that they all have their own space. Let's see if I can grab all the confetti. Removed. I wish I had more time and do the illustration myself, so I won't have all these random squares. Okay, so that's a little better. It's not as heavy and it's not as busy. So one other point I wanted to make, particularly in this screen, is see how far family and friends with Find a Card are. We need to, when we are doing content and layout, we need to be aware of the content. So the content should be accessed without too much scrolling and without to have to zoom in. There are some apps out there that they just put a PDF or an image that is so small.
Oh my god.
And you have to
zoom in so much to see it. Yeah.
To see what's happening. So in this scenario, we don't want to do that. It's good to have some breathing space between items, but now it's a little too much. And when you're organizing content, it should be very easy to read. And if you don't know about Gestalt,
I learned about
you
that in
learned?
school, yeah.
Okay, I would definitely recommend reading a little more about that, because it's gives you a great understanding about similar shapes and objects, closure, how things look within the proximity of each other. And that makes a lot of designers better in UI UX, because understanding how things look.
How people perceive things. And it's also good to keep in mind, if you have two very different actions but they look the same, the user's going to think they're the same thing. Because they, like you mentioned earlier, when things look the same, have the same color, the same size, shape, they're going to think that they go together and they do the same thing. And they're like, when my class, we looked at pictures of like products in real life that are designed so similarly. Like there was like a cleaner and then lemonade, and they like looked exactly the same. Like the packaging was like identical, except it just said like cleaner, lemonade, and like how you could totally accidentally drink cleaner, and that's awful.
That is terrible. Or some olive oil bottles that look like just like wine, and it's like I get that you are trying to make them look like
fancy,
higher end, but if you have them at home, like in the same drawer or something, you could be getting the wrong thing.
So that was like something we learned, and as designers, it's important to make that distinction between two different actions.
So that applies to everything in life, as we learn, but definitely in UI UX is very important. And spacing and contrast is also important. We talked about contrast a lot yesterday because it's very important in accessibility. But spacing is also very important. You don't need, when you are putting a bunch of text in this particular app, we don't have too much paragraphs, but if you are using an app that is text heavy, just make sure that it reads well. A lot of times color has a lot to do in how well the text reads, and making sure that the spacing is big enough and not too big though, because sometimes when you go to some blog pages, it's like so far away that you kind of lose where you are. So just make sure that is good enough measurement. And if you want to see how well it reads, make sure you preview it in your app through the Adobe XD application.
Alejandro's asking, where did you get all these tips from? They're so useful.
Where did I get? Through working, or just by experience from. Just from experience, like I didn't want to come today and you guys be like, oh, but how did you make those decisions in this particular UI, in this particular UI decisions that I did in the screen? So I just wanted to make sure that those were the principles that I was using while designing the screens.
Maybe, are you planning to publish this on Behance after you're done?
Yes, probably.
Maybe you can include your tips in your project, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I think people would really like to see that. I would like to see that too, because there are some good tips.
Okay, definitely. I'll add that.
So keep an eye out for that, and follow her on Behance as well.
Yes, I'll post them later on. Find a card sounds a little odd to me, so if you guys kind of have a different wording, I'm not the best on content, so... or maybe
choose
needs to be 2 words.
Oh, thanks Tim for posting all of Irisi's social media and stuff. Yay, everyone go follow her. Let's see, choose. I keep thinking of choose your character from Smash Bros. Choose your card. No. Does anyone in the chat have any suggestions for this? Select. Make a selection. No. Writing copy is really hard.
Yeah, writing copy is terrible. It's not a fun thing.
Jan Eric says, where's the card for single people?
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll add that to the fourth. Let's get a lonely person from this.
Yeah, I saw some people by themselves.
Okay.
Her. Or him. Let's do him. I like
Which
his
one
beard.
does he want? Who was saying Alejandro, you said? Who's
Jan
asking
Eric.
for a single person?
Jan Eric. Like just...
Maybe thank you. My website is a little outdated. I haven't been good about posting on Behance or my website, so sorry, guys. Okay, the single person. Which one do we want?
I like the beard guy.
Where was he?
Down here, holding the spatula. I think that's what he's holding.
He's playing with the dogs. Maybe.
Oh, he is. Wow, I cannot like.
Maybe we can get
understand.
a dog for him.
Yeah. I
Not
like
two,
that.
two is
so
a
we
little
can
much.
include the dog.
Yes, we like the dog since
Eric
the beginning.
says select a card.
Select
like
a card?
that.
Okay. As I was making these titles, I put a consistent font size throughout, but I didn't account for months that have more
long words. I mean, yeah.
Like August wouldn't fit in here.
September.
So in reality, in this scenario, I would present this to the developer, and I didn't think through August. I didn't think about August, right? Since we are in May or June, and then the developer, when he would place August in there while he was doing his testing, he would see that August doesn't fit. So he would come back to me and be like, "Oh, this doesn't fit. Like, what do we do?"
Yeah.
So in this scenario, we just change the text in all of where this title is used to create like the styles. In other scenarios, you can do just adjustment for that particular screen, but I don't think it looks good when everything is in one size and then you get an adjustment text only for that particular.
Would you use like abbreviations, like AUG dot?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of tricky because you want to be consistent and say the whole month, but then like December, November, those are pretty long.
Very long.
Maybe you can do like on top of each other.
Like 2 lines.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah. Probably we can. We can deal with that. Now we are adding the single guy, right?
Yes.
Do we
With
want
the dog.
Do we want to move one of these?
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe we can
just what am I doing? We just need to move maybe these a little more so we can at least see it.
Yeah, you can see that it's coming up.
Yes. I don't want to get them too close though, but I think this is good enough.
Tim says pick a card, any card. Is it the King of Hearts? Like a magic trick.
Okay, and this is for single people. Single.
That sounds kind of sad.
Oh. Yes, or there would
But
be
it's
funny
not sad.
cards.
Yeah.
Could be a little misleading because the dog is there and people maybe we can add cards with dogs.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are done with that. We just need to populate this with birthday cards now. We did get some cards from earlier, so I'll just grab these sizes. Put them here. When I'm in the budget, I usually try to buy from Adobe stock assets that have a bunch of things.
Ooh, that's smart.
And then repurpose them, edit them, change colors, maybe add a different background, and it looks like a different image.
Nice. That's a really good tip. So in about 35 minutes, we're going to be doing portfolio reviews. So if you have some projects on Behance and you would like some feedback on them and they are UI UX design related, be sure to submit those on behance.net/live. It'll be under the portfolio review tab, and we're going to pick 2 and look at them and give you feedback in about 35 minutes.
Okay, that means I don't have too much time left.
Lucy says, Spatula Man is an independent man. He needs no man or woman. Yes. I like Spatula Man.
Now we have a name for the guy.
Yeah.
Cannot believe it. Okay, so I think
That looks so good.
we can bring these guys back. It's pasting slowly, but it's pasting, so it's coming. Oh, someone is doing spoiler alerts.
Oh my god, don't spoil that. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it either. Probably I shouldn't have taken the frame as well, so it wouldn't be so specific where they fall, but it's okay. Okay. So, I want to finish the prototype so we can send the link out for people to be able to comment on it. But before that, as I was saying, in my process, usually I would post this for developers to see first before I talk to my product manager or owner. So let's just do that. In this scenario, I would use either Zeplin or Adobe XD share. So you can share for development from the screen. And you can do anyone can view the link, or you can invite you can invite whoever you need. So we are designing for iOS, and we need to include assets for download, and we don't require a password. And this is for Happy Birthday, so we can create the link now. It's gonna take a few seconds because it has a lot of stuff, and I haven't exported this before. And then maybe in the meantime, no, I cannot do anything in the meantime.
What were you gonna
Just
do?
kidding. I was going.
because it's loading.
Yes. Now I have the spinny wheel.
Yeah.
How beautiful. Does anyone have any questions in the meantime?
Yeah. Please ask them.
Team is saying that they'll result in a lifetime ban.
Yes, you don't want that.
Girl with the bike. Someone wanted the girl with the bike
Aw.
instead of the single guy. Oh, now it's late.
It's okay.
Has this stopped linking?
Sometimes it like stops like halfway and then it'll like finish.
Okay. So we're still safe.
Yeah.
Now people
Yeah.
are not making comments.
Yeah.
Now
Has
it's
anyone
time.
submitted their portfolios? Let us know if you have submitted. And if you haven't, please do. Even if you're a beginner, it's a great way to get some feedback
Yes.
on your projects. So, oh, Alejandro has a question. Is the next step sending the link to the PM for approval?
After sharing with the developers, usually the developers will have some changes or questions that have to make more changes to the design. But yes, after talking to the developers, you send it to the PM. They review it. They might have a few changes for you or not. And then after that, in my process usually, after that, it would be good to have some usability testing done, but it depends from where you're working in the company. But it's always great that you don't send something for development if you haven't done usability testing on it. You shouldn't spend the development time on something that you don't know how the user is going to feel about.
Yeah.
So definitely spend the time and the money to kind of learn more about the users and the process.
Yeah. I think that's like the most important thing is make sure the users are able to accomplish their tasks.
Yes.
And if they can't and you already spent that much time with developers, it's like a waste of time, and I would feel so bad for the developers that would have to do all that work and then you're like, oh, actually the users can't do anything, so we have to change everything.
Yes, exactly. Maybe since we have all the screens open, I know it's a little small, the spin is still
It's
going. So maybe we can just improvise and talk about how we'll do usability testing in this
Yeah.
scenario. So we have the screens, we're creating the prototype. The prototype should be fully functional for the user. You make sure during usability testing to tell the person that you are not testing them, but you are testing the prototype, so they don't feel like they cannot talk to you.
And there's no wrong answers
Yes,
at all. Yeah.
no wrong answers. And then let them observe them where they tap. So in this particular case, I would ask them, without logging in, I would ask them, how do you send a card to the friend who has a birthday today, May 2nd, right?
Yeah.
And I would just observe where they go and what they do. And then from there you can tell if the task fails or not. And if they start tapping on things that you didn't mean them to tap into, then you should be taking notes of that.
Yeah. Alejandra has another good question. How do you stop yourself from helping people when they ask questions during the testing?
I actually never answer questions.
Nice.
every time someone asks me something, I was like, well, what do you think? Or when they ask like, is this what this should do? And I'm like, what do you think it should do? Like, that's my question all the time.
Nice.
And I make sure to tell them that I'm not answering questions not because I don't know the answers or I don't want to give you the answer, but it's because I need to learn about your thinking process.
Yeah.
So you definitely need to make sure that they understand that you're not trying to play dumb or play them dumb.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah, it is hard to stop yourself from helping people because you're just like, oh, it's right there.
Yes.
But that's the whole purpose of usability testing, is to see where things go wrong. And I think just letting them know that you're just observing. And then maybe at the end you can say, after we're done, I can answer any questions that you have, but not during the testing process. Just so you can get all your notes and everything.
Yes. So let's say now we are here and we have shared the screen with the dev.
Jan Eric says that Facebook login screen scares me.
Why?
Everyone's scared of Facebook.
No one wants Facebook?
I guess.
Okay, so from here, the developer will be able to grab all the assets, see what character styles I'm using, and then just grab whatever assets they need. So,
Nice.
and if they have any comments, they can write me something. They could be like, can the user tap on the image?
Oh.
Or they could ask, what does this do if I haven't put a note on it? So, or they could notice something that I've done wrong, which not that I haven't done anything wrong here, but nothing is jumping out at me.
Oh, thanks, Tim, for sharing the link for the prototype so people can go leave comments, right?
On the prototype?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so everyone watching, if you're on Behance, head over to the link that Tim shared and let us know your feedback, or if you have any comments or questions, and we can look at them on here, which is pretty cool.
And you won't have, let me just maybe send it one more time to link to the other account screen so people can. So for now, the prototype, it's only working from the home screen. So you guys are gonna be a little stuck during the prototype. Just bear with me for a second. The cards from here.
Sumaya's asking, how long does it take for you to design a whole app with illustrations and everything?
Oh. How long have you been doing this? So we spent 6 hours here, and I probably spent 3 hours this morning. So 9 hours to get where we are today.
Wow.
So 9 hours. But I haven't done the full illustrations myself, so that doesn't count. Probably with illustrations, double that.
Yeah, I feel like illustrations would take so long to do.
They probably will.
But yeah, it does take a while to design a whole app, especially if there are a lot of screens.
Yes.
But I guess if you have your design system and all your assets and symbols, it might make it a little easier.
Well, you guys, this prototype is not fully functional, so I'm sorry about that, but it's probably going to give you something to play with for just a few minutes and play some comments for us. So another way you can, because I wanted to get this point across as well, another way you can share with developers is through Zeplin. So we talked about Zeplin the first day. Export to Zeplin. If you download the Zeplin app, then it's gonna show in the navigation where I just went to right now, and I can import all the screens in here.
Sumaya is asking, where do you get your illustrations? And you got them from Adobe stock, and then the cake one you illustrated yourself.
Yes, that's true. So this is a random one that we were doing tests yesterday for icons, so we don't need that. Okay, so in this particular scenario, when we are in Zeplin, I would create sections. So this would be app icon. Whatever the app icon is called, I don't know, app icon we usually call them. And then we can do navigation here. And probably I would have in the future an error state screen where the errors are.
Ooh, that's important to have.
This is not part of the navigation, this is login. Well, we have already done that yesterday. This is when we were playing around. So you can create all the different states here.
This makes it like really organized.
Yeah, you can organize however you feel. And then if you want to share this particular screen only with your product owner, manager, or whoever you need to, you can go from here. And then you can still see, you can get the assets.
Oh, that Gucci purse.
I know, my wish
I want
list.
that.
Hopefully my family is there and keeping notes.
They're watching it. Eric's asking, what was the most time-consuming part in those 9 hours of designing this app?
Most time consuming probably will be to create assets to be dev ready, which is creating icons with the width and the shape they need to be, creating those symbols. But once you are done with it and you use the icons throughout the app, you only need to do that once to make sure that you have the sizing correct, and that's basically it. But I think, yeah, I don't really like making sure that it's pixel perfect. I like the design process. I mean, that's part of it, making pixel perfect in your screens, but that is the most time consuming, sorry.
I think that's what I spend the most time on at the end, is just making sure everything looks good, and then just spend a long time in that part. Yes, Jan Erica's asking, I haven't updated XD in a while. Do we have rulers and dark mode yet? There is going to be a really big release for XD this month. I don't know what day, no one knows. Well, the XD team knows, but we don't know. But that's coming soon. I'm super excited. There is going to be guides. As Tim said, guides are coming, and it's going to be really, really cool, and as well as components. So you can have a symbol as like your main symbol, and then edit them, and the main symbol won't be affected, and I can't wait for that. So,
that's awesome.
yes, so everyone stay tuned.
It's going to be so much fun.
It's going to come up soon. So there's 29 days left in May, so it could be coming in within 29 days, so yes.
Cool. So for Zeplin, one more thing, you can have style guides. We haven't creating them here, but you can copy the colors. You can organize everything. So when people start asking about the brand, and you need to send those PDFs out with this particular tool, you don't have to do that, because you can direct people to this screen, and they can grab the components from here, the buttons from here, and everything consistent. So if, let's say your company is working on this app, and then tomorrow they want to make it a website, so you don't have to recreate or give them all the style guides. Zeplin does that for you from here. Yeah.
Nice.
So you can use that process if you wanted to. Yeah, and then you can give access to a specific project to specific people. You can add them from here, filter whoever you need, and all that fun stuff. And that's it for Zeplin. You probably by now have the shared link for the prototype, but maybe here we can show from my phone the prototype, just for you guys to see how it looks in the screen. Do I need to be connected to the Wi-Fi or no?
I think it should show up.
Okay.
Yay, there we go.
So this is how it looks on the phone. Someone is scared of Facebook button, but we're going to tap on it. Facebook. Happy birthday wants to connect to your Facebook. Sign in. Okay, continue. We're continuing as me. And if I were to work more on the prototype, I would be making the fixed header so it doesn't scroll with the prototype, and the fixed navigation in the bottom, so only the scrollable part is what needs to be scrollable. But I didn't spend enough time on this today. So I think I made this tappable. So you go to cards. You can see the cards here.
Cute. It looks so good.
Thanks. I wish we could have done the scrollable.
If we do auto animate, we can do a drag feature where you can see the spatula guy.
Spatula guy? Maybe we will. And then, oh, I haven't linked the create. See, this is not a very good prototype. Yeah, for now, this is it. We will work more on this, and maybe I'll show it a little bit later. Let's work on the prototype then.
Yeah.
Or are there any areas, since we don't have too much time left, you guys would like me to work on that you'd be more
let us
of
know.
interest?
Maybe we
of
can
you?
look at the prototype link and see if anyone commented.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
let's do that. Okay, so I think I opened it on my browser. And I think this is for the design specs. So this is the developer link, and this is the prototype link that I shared with you guys. So let's see. Oh, no one said it. Oh, no one said anything.
Wait, maybe on other screens? Or would it show all over there?
Let's see. No one said anything. You guys.
Come on. Tim is saying, I think you have to make the bottom toolbar a fixed element.
Yes.
Yes, we will do that.
Oh, there are two comments here. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
That's what you said.
Yay.
Well,
Thanks,
thank
Tim
you.
and Colby for commenting.
Oh, this is dope. This is so
Tim
nice.
says wait for it.
Thank you.
Yay.
And then, what else? Yeah, this is the comments we have. Nice prototype, someone said. Oh. Price and title need. For my probably, I think the comment is in the screen. Yes,
Yeah.
good. We'll add prices. So I don't think we're gonna be able to make this like e-commerce app. So probably when you hit buy, you go to Best Buy or something else.
Yeah.
But let's add a price so people know how much they're gonna be spending.
Yeah, I think that's important information.
Yes.
And maybe like the name of what it is. Like I don't know what. Oh, is that just the phone or the case or like these two? I don't really know.
Case. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's do that.
Oh, that's the Ring camera you were talking about, right? Okay.
That's the Ring camera I was talking about yesterday.
Yeah.
I have the Ring community app where you see like what is happening in other neighborhoods and stuff. But I don't have a Ring. I just see what other people post.
That's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's a little creepy, but
I would be kind of scared.
to see
But
what
I would
other
feel
people
safe
say.
if I had a Ring camera.
So let's add the price. Ring camera is usually $150. I mean, ballpark. I'm not 100% sure. I think there are different versions. Some of them are more expensive, some are less, but let's say this 150. This case, I don't know how much this is. I'll just say 35.
Yeah, I was gonna say 40.
Okay.
But 35 is good.
And
Instax camera. My friend wants one of these.
how much are these guys?
I think they're like
100?
90 or 80.
That's so nice.
Lucy is asking, is this what is the wish list what you want or what you want to send someone?
Oh, the wish list is my account, so it's like what I want people to buy. So it's my wish list.
Yes. So maybe if someone is on the app and they want to send a card to, if we go to like the names, to maybe D, then you can like click on her face maybe, and then go to her wish list.
Oh, let's do an actionable. See wish list, right?
Oh yeah.
Let's make this. Right now, these tiles are not actionable. You just see their birthday. So let's do something about that. Maybe this needs to be a little smaller.
What's $220, Tim?
What is
Which one? The Ring camera?
the Ring camera?
I don't know.
Maybe Tim has one.
Yeah.
Tim, do you have one? See, if I had this in a symbol, it would have been so nice because I could have repeated it.
Yeah.
But we'll do repeat grid for now.
Yay.
So many. So this is where I would spend more time in the future, making it pixel perfect.
Yeah.
Right now, it's not pixel perfect. So you guys,
That's okay for now.
yeah.
Oh, Tim says, I have the power to Google the price of a ring camera.
Okay,
I guess they are 200. That's expensive.
250 then?
220.
220, okay.
Thanks, Tim, for checking that for us.
Okay, and then this Gucci
The bag is like
800.
100?
800.
Oh, no, I think it's like at least 1,000.
At least 1,000? Okay.
I'll Google it. A similar one is $12.90.
$12.90, okay. Who's gonna buy me that?
I don't know.
Okay, so we did that. Look at this one. This
What?
is like a floating pool for your
Oh
friends.
my god, is that pizza?
Yes.
That looks so fun. That's really funny.
Whoever is in this picture, I just grabbed it from the internet.
That's funny.
So sorry, people.
Oh my god. That's so cool.
How much is that floaty, Tim?
Yeah. Tim, Google that and let us know. I'm gonna guess like one pizza is probably like $50.
One pizza. Do you think
Like
they
one
are...
slice.
Oh wait,
I
they
feel like
bonded
they're-
and connected them.
Oh my god. So I feel like you would buy them separately. And then maybe your friends all have one. They all happen to have the same pizza floaty, and then you can connect them.
So $50 per one. Okay. And now we are running into an issue where the text is not visible with the product image. So in this scenario, I would work on creating like a gradient kind of thing on top, but let me just...
Oh, Lucy's saying it would be cool to somehow sync it with Amazon wishlist.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
That is a very good idea.
Tim says about $18 per piece. Really? That's a lot cheaper than I thought.
Tim is so
Thanks, Tim.
fast.
Jan Eric says slice, not piece. That's funny.
Well, thank you guys for checking. I think this is a 10. Why am I... I think Tim has the best job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like how it's turning out, so maybe I'll just make it a little section area.
So we have about 10 minutes left to get your portfolio submitted for us to review. So if you haven't submitted yet, you can do that if you're watching on Behance. If you head over to the portfolio review tab, it'll be on the right side. And you can submit it with the form, and then Irisi and I will review them and give you some feedback.
Yes.
So please submit them.
Okay, so I would repeat. So this font is not a web-friendly font. It doesn't center correctly, so I would recommend like going with fonts that are not very web-friendly, but for this case, just works fine. So
Oh, the unicorn one.
Oh, and I want a unicorn folder. How much is that one? Probably $50.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just do 50. And then this is basically just
Makeup?
Yeah, just whatever makeup you guys want to get. Oh. I like MAC makeup, whatever. So I think one lipstick is like $22.
Yes.
So
I love Sephora.
Sephora?
Yes.
Okay. And we'll replace that since it's hard to read. And we said 90 for this guy. What other comments did we have on the link that we need to change?
We should check again.
Yeah.
Maybe
let's
someone
see.
added something new.
Yes. Let's see.
Jan Eric has that unicorn as a mount in a video game. Nice.
So you already have it.
Yes.
I don't want that in a video game though, guys.
Yeah. Tim says the unicorn is $20.
Really? That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that is cheap. That's cheaper than I thought.
Yeah.
I feel like we're playing the prices right. Yeah, it does kind of feel.
So we also said we wanted the name, right, in here besides the price? Or is the image good enough?
I feel like the image is probably good.
Okay. Let's see what people are saying. Price and title needed. We resolved it. So in the case I would resolve it, I would say, I took care of it. Thank you. And then I would send it and mark it as resolved. And that's it. Nice prototype. Well, thank you. We resolved that. Should we fix the element? Team, this is coming. Looks really nice. We can resolve that. This is dope. And see?
Yay.
Yeah, we just need to fix So do we want to work on the prototype, guys, or do you want to see something else within these screens?
Maybe we can do a little prototyping stuff.
Okay, let's do prototyping stuff. Let's just finish the navigation since I haven't finished all of that.
Question, does portfolio have to be web design based or any kind? So as long as it's like web design, UX, UI design, that's what we're going to be reviewing. So if you have any of those projects, at least a couple. If you have other like projects like graphic design or illustration, that's totally fine as long as there are some UX, web, UI projects that you have.
My background is in graphic design, so I feel comfortable in reviewing anything, but for the purpose of today, we are doing more UI UX.
Oh, Gideon's saying the camera doesn't go for $90. Okay, I need to look up how much the Instax camera is.
How much are those?
I feel like I thought it was 90. Oh, the mini is $48.95 on Amazon.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not that expensive.
Oh, I thought it was more expensive.
So 45 then?
I guess.
Is this an older model? That doesn't feel right.
This looks. The one I'm looking up is the lime or mint green, and it says $48.95. But Office Depot has it for $45, and Dillard's has it for $36. Okay.
We found the prices, guys. Okay. Well, this is my wish list. So people can find to buy them wherever they would like, my family and friends. Okay, so we were back to prototyping. Account is missing. Account is there. Did we do the home grid? Okay, we did. Create stays and create. I don't need to do that one. For cards, it needs to go back here. For home. Oops, no. I just unlinked that, right? Yes.
No. So once you set like one transition in the prototype mode, it'll save the last like settings you use, so then you can easily, like if you want to use the same transition like you're doing, so you can just click and drag from artboard. So it's really nice that XD does that, so it remembers the last type of settings you used if you want to do like similar transitions for a few screens, so you don't have to go and like adjust each one, which is really nice.
I see.
Yeah.
It is really nice. So This is where the screen ends. How do I do the fixed
So if you
header?
go back to design, the design tab at the top, and then select what you want to be fixed on the screen. So for that one,
Okay, we'll do this.
and on the right column, it says fixed position when scrolling, so you can select that and then make sure it's grouped, and then at the top of the layers, otherwise it'll go behind.
Oh, it needs to be grouped and arranged. It should be on top now. Yes. So, and then now do the fixed position.
And then you can preview and see.
Perfect.
Yay.
And now I need to do fixed for here.
Yay, Backyard just said everything on how to do fixed position, so thank you for typing all that out. Yes.
Thank you guys.
Yay. We have 2 minutes left for portfolio reviews, so get those submitted. I can't wait to look at them. So.
Okay, let's preview this one. I feel like I grouped this. Yeah, that's not grouped together. And that's not the first layer. Okay, so these guys need to be grouped together. And then let's see now. I don't know why this is not showing up.
Is it grouped together?
Yes.
Where is it on the...
Oh wait, these guys are grouped. Let's see now. Maybe that was a problem. It says fixed.
Oh, okay, I see. So you have to bring up the menu above that screen cutoff line.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Because that indicates the
Where?
bottom of the screen. So right above that line. Yes. And then go to preview, and then it should.
Oh, not this guy. Let's see. Oh, perfect. I see.
Yay!
It's a little different.
Yeah.
Know that? Okay. So if I move, because if I move this line, right, then it's gonna work fine if I do that. I think I saw that before. Let me just test this. Let's see. Oh, that made the screen way too big. I was wrong. Okay, so that's it. In this prototype. We haven't completed this screen, so I don't like that it's not completed.
Oh, it's portfolio
It is?
submission time.
Okay.
Yes. Yay.
Cool.
So thank you to everyone for submitting. We are gonna take a quick trip into outer space.
With wheel?
Yes. And
That's
then
exciting.
we will be right back to look at 2 portfolios. So stay tuned. Woo! We're back.
This is so much fun.
Oh, I can breathe. Yay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take this off.
We will.
Ah, that was a really nice trip to space.
I'm still in space.
Yay! So we are back and ready to look at some portfolios. So the first one we have is from Colby. Yay! You are the one that suggested our name.
Oh yeah?
Happy birthday. So yay, thank you. So Colby is a freelance graphic designer from Orlando, Florida. Nice. PR and media producer, secretary of the Graphic Design Student Association. That's really cool. Nice, you have some great projects. I like your thumbnails.
Yeah, and the profile is pretty complete.
Yeah. Let's see. Is there a project that kind of jumps out at you?
I want to see the Apple Watch project. I want to see how it works. What's the idea?
Let's see, time travel. Ooh, created during 1 hour live stream, featured on Adobe Live.
Oh,
Awesome.
really?
Now
Nice.
it's being featured again on Adobe Live, which is pretty cool. Let's look at the prototype. Ooh, make sure your smartwatch has enough battery charge to get back. Battery chargers are not guaranteed in the past. Uh-oh.
Loading. Adobe stock. I like that you used Adobe
Yeah.
stock.
You have arrived at your destination. Ooh, this is cool.
It is. So this would be more like a watch face for the time and stuff in your Apple Watch?
I think so. And then you can tap and then time travel.
Okay.
Cool.
You've arrived at your destination.
I think one thing for me that's a little confusing is let's travel, like once I've arrived at my destination. And then you have it again here when you're going to the destination. So I would maybe use a different like wording.
Or maybe two buttons because maybe someone doesn't want to start traveling after they finish traveling. So maybe something else to maybe, I don't know,
Like
come back tomorrow or something.
Or explore other possible destinations or something.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
But yeah, I think if you created this during like the live stream, then that's really good. You got a lot of screens done, so yes, nice. How do I exit out of this?
Well, go back to you have up the Behance website.
Okay, sorry.
We're having some
technical difficulties.
Yeah. It's like a brain freeze sometimes for me.
Yes. And I'll give you a follow.
Nice.
Nice. This is almost a year ago. In a few months, it'll be a year. Nice. Awesome. Let's look at another one. I kind of want to look at this dog one.
Okay, let's see.
Cool. Creative Club Network Creative Jam, based on the prompt pet community. Okay, so it's kind of like a Fitbit that would be in a dog collar to track your pet's health. Oh, cool. Nice. Let's look at the prototype. Oh, the doggy.
I feel like we've seen the dog somewhere.
Yeah, I think
where did we see it?
For Tim's birthday 2 days ago.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It was
Cool.
beautiful.
Yes. I love that you're using the dog again.
Yes. Username, password.
I like the style of like the not perfect ovals.
It's like
It kind of reminds me of
handwritten.
like the Flintstones, kind of. But like in a good way. It looks cool. Continue. Aww. Your icons are really cute too. Oh. Nice.
In this particular scenario, though, the only feedback I would have is to label the icons at the bottom navigation. I know the settings one, but I don't know if in this particular app what the other functionalities would be. So as a user,
like what would this be like the levels and what does the heart do and the dog do?
Yeah.
Oh, activity.
Activity, house, location.
Oh, nice. I like how you laid this out and you have like overall, wow, almost 12 hours. Is that how much dogs sleep? I know cats sleep a lot. They sleep like
Yes, all
16
day.
hours or something.
The illustrations are good.
badges. Yeah, the illustrations are really nice. The adventurer looks like you like to explore. Oh, this is really cool. I like how you can like click to learn more about it, which is nice. Okay. Nice.
Very nice. I think it's open in different ways.
Sorry, Colby. I just want to see the rest of your screens. I like how you have it mocked up on an iPhone as well. It looks like a real app, like someone could be using it.
Yes.
But yeah, this is really good. And you have a lot of screens on this one as well, which is nice. Is there another one that you want to look at?
Yeah, I would like to look at but before looking at it, the second one from the top.
This one?
Yes, I would like to give him some feedback in the overall layout. In your profile, you have that you are a graphic designer, but all your projects are more about UI UX. So if I were you, I would think a little more about where do you want to be, if you want to be a graphic designer or more like UI UX, brand yourself specifically to the area you want to focus, because if someone is looking for a graphic designer and they see your portfolio, maybe they're going to be like, oh, maybe he does more digital and we need someone more print, right? So just need to be careful in how you brand yourself, so when you get clients or people approaching you, they don't have those confusions or
I think that's a good
area
tip. And yeah, you can just change your title and just kind of present yourself as a UI UX designer, and then still include your graphic design work
background.
It's still really relevant, but it seems like your most recent projects are more UI UX. Yes.
Let's see it.
Let's see this. Class assignment, we were tasked with taking a word mark and identity system that a classmate created and creating a mobile website. Okay.
So this is a website.
Okay. Cool. So one thing I would say is the word register is kind of like too close together, like the spacing.
The tracking.
Yeah, the tracking. So I would give some space with that.
Or maybe make it a little bigger.
Yeah.
As a word. Looks a little small.
Yes. But I like these icons. They're very like bright. Okay, so payment. Oh, does it go this way? Oh wait, no, it goes this way. Okay. I just got confused with the flow. Maybe you can add some arrows or like some type of
how it goes, like the user flow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, because the first screen, if I log in and then I go to this screen, it's a little confusing.
Yeah.
So maybe you can like switch those two.
Yes.
But yeah, this is cool. Card info. I would maybe switch these two, like the contrast, because my eye goes to this card info, but I feel like you want them to pay now.
Yes, exactly.
So I would make this dark and then this like outlined. So,
yeah, that's a good tip. And is there a way out? So you go back, but there is not
like an X.
Yeah, okay. It has a back button, but
register for a weekend pass. Oh, okay. I think the screens are a little out of order. But okay, monthly plan. Learn more, check out. Cool.
I like how he used the background that is a gradient, and usually those are very heavy and it would be very hard to have something without a contrast.
Yeah.
So I like that it has a white background as a contrast, so
Yeah, me
over
too.
top. But I would keep that consistent. So if you are using that white background,
Like
if
this shade?
more like the radius on the corner. So if you see the first one where it's registered, yes,
Oh,
it
it's
has
square.
a square.
Yeah.
Just like keep that
Oh,
consistent
good
throughout.
eye.
These are things
Yeah.
I look for.
Yeah.
And then try to do like a center alignment every time you are using. I know that during this flow today I try to, but I didn't use it as much. But when you are posting projects, like if you go up, the buttons in the login and the register are not like aligned together.
Yeah.
So sometimes people like in those little details can get hung up upon because it's like, oh, he doesn't have the eye and attention to detail, which is not true. Probably it's just like an oversight, but just make sure to kind of keep an eye for those little things that make a little difference.
Yeah. Cool.
Good.
Yeah. This is nice. You have a lot of screens and
Yes, and the color and the branding comes through the full app. Like you were very consistent in the branding. And it's good to include the process as well.
Okay. I think if for like a portfolio piece, this might not be like necessary to include. Like for me, I wouldn't like spend too much time reading this whole thing. I would maybe take like really important pieces and maybe make that visual somehow. Like you have your personas, so maybe you can do like images of your personas and include wishes he can see his favorite bands more often and like include that in a visual sense. So as someone that might want to hire you, if they're looking through your portfolio, they have a lot of portfolios to look through, so they won't like spend time probably not to read everything. So I think like how you have everything else visual, you can just at the top say these are the personas, this is the process, and maybe you can include the like writing as well, but I think just like breaking it down to make it easier. But
yeah, that sounds good.
this is awesome. Thank you, Colby. Let's move on to our next one. This is Ashraful from Bangladesh.
Oh wow.
Nice. And they are a UI UX designer. Have 3+ years experience. Cool.
Very colorful, which is great.
Oh, is this yours that you submitted?
We saw it yesterday.
Yeah, it was really good. Cool. Ooh, this is cool. I kind of want to look at that one. Wow, these are really nice. I like all your thumbnails. They like make me want to click on them.
Yes. Let's click on one.
I like this one.
Okay.
This one jumps out at me. Cool.
I don't know if it's a display, but that home text, I cannot hardly read it from this far away. I don't know if I'm close by. So
I can see it on my screen, but looking up there is a little difficult.
I see it on your screen too now.
Yeah, but I wonder if people that have a different vision might not be able to see this. So I would do the contrast checking.
Definitely.
Just to make sure.
Yes. And for the icon that you have on the left, the card that is black and the other icon is white, maybe since they have the same background, like maybe try to have them in a similar color. Yeah, consistent color. And if you want to have that little indicator of how many things there are in the card, maybe you can do still the white circle, but maybe with like a black background or just like no. So, or a yellow stroke that matches your background. So it gives the idea of still being an alert but indicator, but still it flows with the colors and stuff. But it looks really good. I like that you spend time in displaying the work in a way that is very appealing. So that's very important.
It's visually very nice.
Yeah.
Cool. I wonder what this button does. Like the next, would that be to go through the next images?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe you can add like some text or context about what this is. Yeah, cool. Let's
Yeah.
look at another one. Is there one that you want to look more into?
I want to look at one that looks like travel.
This one?
Vacation,
Yeah,
yes.
This looks really nice, like that place. I want to go there.
Yes, me too. I feel like this has a good balance of white space, which I
Yeah.
love in designs.
Me too. Traveling is more fun than before.
Yes, I love the hero image that everything about this traveling is about the place. So that's a very good placement of the imagery and still having the text be there and balance out the
Yeah.
image. I'm not sure what the black thing is there though. I cannot
Search
tell.
bar? Yeah. I think it's a search button.
It's so low contrast that it's very
Yeah.
hard to see. So I've maybe play a little bit with the
Yeah.
contrast there.
So I'm guessing the person would like enter in this information, like where they're going, when they're leaving, when they're coming back. And then would this be the button they click to go and view that information, or would the let's go button be that way? Like I'm a little confused
I see.
with that. So maybe you can like bring this lower, because this is all kind of together. So it's,
Gestalt.
yeah, gestalt, exactly. So I don't know if I'm supposed to click this button or this. So I would maybe make that
Okay.
a little bit clear.
My understanding would be that Let's Go is part of traveling to this particular location that is being published here. So maybe a Let's Go should be closer to whatever we're going.
Yeah.
And then this other stuff needs to stand alone by
down.
itself a
Yeah.
little more.
I
So
agree.
that's like a different kind of navigation for other places, right?
Yeah. Nice. Ooh. Nice. I like how you included this, and the little water drop looks really cool.
Let's look at.
Nice.
I think you have a very good eye in drop shadows, keeping it simple and clean, having a balance in your work, which is very good to have.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on the contrast though, like the red in the
this,
dark
yeah.
background, still a heart.
Yeah. Especially the thin line, like place.
Works
I can see it, yeah.
because it's big, large text.
And like thick. But this is like really thin and harder to see.
yeah.
But yeah, your drop shadows are like really good. The order of your content is good. It like draws the eye from the pictures to this. I'm guessing this is a quote from someone. Maybe they wrote a review about visiting somewhere.
Yeah. Those arrows feel a little too thin. Like if you are with a mouse and you wanna click it,
on. Yeah.
you're like, oh, it's
Yeah.
a very like thin line. But probably the touch point is bigger or something. But still, at the same time, as a user, you don't know what the touch area is, so you could be nervous about clicking on it.
Yeah, maybe you can use like something similar to this arrow. Maybe make it filled or something. I don't know.
Yes.
But, yeah. Full view. Ooh, this looks amazing.
That
I
is
wanna go
beautiful.
there.
Yes.
Yeah, the red on this dark, it kind of hurts my eyes to read it.
A little bit.
So I would either make the text lighter or
the
box.
background lighter.
Yeah.
Something to
Something
help.
to- yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Subscribe.
That's a beautiful background
Yeah.
and very clean.
Looks cool.
And again, like the thin line, I love thin lines and I love the look, but thinking about accessibility and how it's gonna work in the big scheme of things, that it's not gonna work very well. The email address is very hard to read in this background, so maybe
Yeah.
just add to that search feature a white background that stands out
Yeah,
from
like-
the background
Like
in
a
the
little
back.
box here
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that you pointed out, it's a little hard to read email, and then this line is thin as well. And then I can barely read the copyright
Over
thing.
text there.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would just make that darker.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Ooh, yeah.
It says thanks for watching.
Cool.
This is a very good portfolio.
Yeah.
It has a lot of visual
It does.
balance.
Yeah, all your thumbnails are really great. We can look at one more really fast because we don't have much time. Is there
Okay.
one that you want to look at?
A purple one. Let's do the food one.
This?
Yes.
Yes, I was thinking of that too. The
Perfect.
burger. Is this the Burger King burger that was like the Halloween special one?
Oh, really?
Or maybe, because I remember Burger King had one where the bun was like black or something.
Are you
and it was like
serious?
Halloween.
Where was I?
I don't know. I saw like people on YouTube tried it.
I need
It
to
looked
Google
kind of
this.
weird.
Huh.
But this layout looks really cool. I love
Yes.
the color of this against the purple. It really like pops out.
Mhm.
And then the burger image. So
Yes, it's so clean and so
Yeah.
neat. It's perfect balance.
nice. You have the colors and your typography. Nice.
Nice.
Ooh, and the menu.
Appetizers.
Now I'm getting hungry. Wow, $85 for fried rice.
That's
I wonder if this is like
a good
catering.
place. Maybe you get a lot of rice.
Maybe.
Full view.
Ooh, that looks good.
That does look good.
Watch video.
Huh.
Nice.
Make reservation.
Registration.
That's great.
Cool. And I like the footer. It's really clean and easy to
Mhm.
kind of see all these quick steps.
Yes.
Oh, and this heart is cute.
Oh,
Yay,
yes. Nice
awesome.
job.
Yeah, this
Very
is really
nice
great.
work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay, thank you for submitting your portfolio, and thanks to Colby. Yeah, these were really great. So we
Yeah.
have a few minutes left, so maybe you can wrap up and
Definitely.
give a quick overview of everything that you designed so far.
Yes. So in the past 3 days, we worked on this app that was the Happy Birthday app. Thank you for voting on the name of the app.
Yeah.
We worked through the idea at the beginning, then some low fidelity wireframes, and now we are in this particular state where we're doing prototyping. It's not completely done yet, but it's pretty close in a few screens, and some other ones needs more work. So probably I'll just work a little more on it, and then I can post on Behance later on, probably this week. We worked with Adobe stock. We took a lot of imagery from there. We were able to share the project with the developers, share the project with product managers, which you guys helped a lot with your comments. Kind of that collaboration theme, like that's all what UI UX is about, working with people and understanding the human mindset and being able to work in a team. That is more important than coming up with beautiful solutions. It's very important to come up with solutions that work and keeping the user in mind and making things accessible for them. There are a lot of applications out there that don't have a beautiful UI, but because they work so well, that doesn't matter that much because they do what they are supposed to do. So finding that balance is very important. As designers, we should probably think a little more about all the user needs and always keeping the user in mind while we are doing UI UX. So we went over that today. I had some tips for buttons, some tips about accessibility, some tips about colors, layout, some tips about how to share your project and how to collaborate with other people. I'll probably get those together in a pretty good state. I don't have them all balanced out. I do have some of the tips in this screen, but not everything is together. So I'll get those ready for you guys and probably post them sometime soon on Behance.
Yay, yeah, everyone go follow Irisi on Behance and Instagram. Maybe Tim can send us those links again. But thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us for 3 days.
It was amazing.
Yeah, it
Thank
was
you guys
super
for
fun.
having me.
Yeah, we
I
loved
had a
having
lot
you
of
here.
fun, and
Yay.
your viewers and the chat is the
thank
best.
You,
So
chat.
thank you guys.
You guys were amazing as always. Thank you for joining us, and a lot of you stayed through all 3 days. So thank you so much, and for all your tips and
Yes.
voting on the names and everything. We
Yes.
really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. Thank you to Irisi.
Oh, thank
Everyone
you,
go
Melody.
follow her. And then stay tuned. Jesus Ramirez will be up to do the Photoshop Daily Creative Challenge. And we will see you next time.
Thank you,
Bye.
everyone. Bye.